Today we have with us the CEO of TulipTech, Mr. Masoom Samjad. We'll be talking about mostly we'll talking about TulipTech, the background of TulipTech, and how we're working right now, and how we see future with AI, all those things. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tarun. And it's
Yeah,
great to be back in Dhaka again.
yeah,
As you know, last year we opened our new office, brand new office here in Dhaka. We used to be a very small company. We started about 14 years ago in the UK. I was a network engineer. After that, we kind of built up a lot of connections in our industry. And one day, Luca, our CTO and partner, one day called me up and said, "Hey, we have this opportunity for a company called WTV. They need some infrastructure, networking support, and security support. Would you be able to help?" And then I realized that that could be an opportunity to start our own business rather than working full time. So we started this building the team. So from then, we realized that actually the product development, software development was even a bigger field than the traditional MSP. So we started building our team around software engineers. We started working on streaming platforms, really. So what WTV, the World Television, was a company which used to provide, it still provides the webcast solutions, like live streaming solutions. So what we did, we started building, supporting their product as well as their infrastructure.
okay,
And then that's how we got started. We started with 5-6 people as well in Dhaka,
yeah,
just around the corner from here in a flat.
yeah,
As the team grew, we needed more space. We moved to Rupayan Tower, where we grew up to 30 people.
right.
And then we realized that that wasn't even enough. So we
Okay,
came here in this area. We built this whole office up from scratch. And now it hosts about 100 people.
nice.
We've got multiple offices around the world. In India, we've got a small office. We've got in Sharjah, we've got a presence in UAE. We also have resources in Philippines as well as in the UK.
Got it.
We've got some very strategic partnership in South America, in North America as well. So yeah, our customer base have grown from Europe to Americas, in Asia now. So
Yeah.
we have been very busy.
What are the services mainly we're working with at TulipTech?
We started with providing support for infrastructure, network, and security, and all those things, right? Then we shifted towards actually product building. So at the moment, we provide actually quite a few services. So our traditional MSP, where we support IT and infrastructure and provide security services, is still there. On top of it, now we started building software. So
Mobile
we
application.
started build software for third-party companies, mobile apps, for the streaming industry. Recently, what we started doing, not recently, like a couple of years ago, we started building a software called Empatica with our
Yeah.
partner in the UK. So they wanted to build a end-to-end care home management software, which will manage their medication, their care management, their HR recruitment, their rota shift, you name it.
Everything.
Everything you can think of in one platform. Nobody else has it. So we build that product. That's what actually took most of our resources for last couple of years. We also are building product for WTV. We are working with a company called JW Player, which is a video player company.
Okay.
We are also building remittance app. So we are in
Okay.
fintech now
Awesome.
for a prominent Bangladeshi bank who has got an office and presence in the UK. They are creating this remittance platform, which will allow our brothers from abroad to send money into Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
So we are very proud. Actually, we delivered the project, and the second phase is about to start. Outside of this, now we are actually going to provide AI agent type of services. So where we will create the AI agents, or maybe we'll maintain your AI agent. We'll create the AI infrastructure for you, and that's where we're going next.
How do you think the tech company should prepare for AI, and how it is evolving, and the challenges we should overcome with AI in the future?
Let me just answer that question with a bit of kind of history and metaphor and
Okay.
background, right?
Okay.
It will make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Late 1600s, we saw industrial revolution.
Yeah.
What was the industrial revolution? Industrial revolution was like where you people were doing physical work. So you have to dig a trench, and you will go with your picks and shovels and dig it up manually, right?
Right.
And
Right.
then industrial revolution came, and now machines started doing it. We suddenly we invented, the human race invented steam engine. With this
Yeah. Yeah.
steam engine, then suddenly everybody realized, oh my god, I can put a train and I can put people in the train, and now suddenly I don't need to use horses anymore.
Yeah.
See how that change
Yeah.
everybody's thinking.
Yeah.
And then it evolved and evolved and evolved, and then we came to say early 2000s. Suddenly something called internet came along, right?
Right.
And then everybody's like, oh my god, this is going to be a dot com, and then the dot com boom happened, and then it collapsed, but it carried on, right? And then in around 2007 2008, you started seeing social media, and everybody's like skeptical. Social media, is it a revolution? It's just another piece of technology. It's going to come and go. But now you see the social media in our life. AI is bigger than any of this revolution that we have experienced so far. This is something that is going to change the way the human race, as a human race, we think, we operate, and we work.
Right.
So everybody and everyone in this world, one way or another, will be touched and will be influenced by AI. More so for the businesses. The way the SaaS platforms that dominated last decade or so, next decade they're going to be all dead,
Okay.
right? The way that our software development industry worked in the last 20 years, or last 15, 20 years, unfortunately, they're all going to go. The latest Anthropic's code literally targeted all the software engineers in the world. Now, the way I say it, industrial revolution took away our muscle,
Yeah.
physically. And AI revolution is going to take away our brain,
Okay.
because we do not have to now use our brain anymore.
Good.
AI is going to think for us. AI is going to actually provide the solutions that we need. So if you think about from that angle, that's a risk, because we don't know how far it is going to take us, what are the exact challenges are. However, I'm not on that side. I'm on the excited part side, where I see an era of abundance. Abundance means there will be a time that there is not going to be any food shortages, because AI will be able to tell us exactly how to grow our food
More food.
so that it sustains everyone. So if there is no food shortages in the world, there's no problem.
Yeah.
AI is going to be able to actually cure cancer, cure a lot of diseases that people have right now, which is not, we're not able to detect, right?
Right.
So suddenly you will start seeing people living like 100, 200 years, 150 years,
Right.
right? And then you don't have food problem, you don't have the health problem. What problem then do you have? Only problem you will have, you are not free anymore, right? Somebody else is controlling your life. Maybe, why not? It's fine. For some people, no. It's a red line they don't want to cross.
Right.
The way the whole tech industry is going to work is either you adopt it or you go extinct.
Equal extent. So what do you think? How can we, as an individual, we can keep our job and be as relevant with the AI and the same way, so that we don't get jobless, we get more efficient and revolutionize with AI as well.
Every revolution had the same concern that you are having right now.
Yeah.
I remember reading this book during, again, going back to the Industrial Revolution. Whenever the machine came, the worker who used to do the physical labor,
Got it.
they started protesting, and they started going around and burning those machines because they were losing their job.
Oh, right.
And what happened after that? They actually retrained themselves to learn how to operate those machines, right?
Right.
And then during the early 2000s, when the internet was coming, when we were a lot of people were thinking that, okay, what does it do to have a website, or is the internet is still relevant? Remember when the computer came, even especially in our country, people were not very sure. They would still prefer the typewriter, right?
Right.
Because nobody's going to use the computer printed composed letter
But
because you could
terrible.
do it with the typewriter. And a lot of reluctance was there. And then what happened to those people who did not actually learn the computer? Eventually, you saw people started training on Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. That was the computer's job, right? Just
Right.
putting Word and Excel. And now we are talking about applications. Nobody actually teaches Word and Excel anymore. People teach us how to do the application. So, to answer your question, AI is not going to take your job, but the person who knows AI is going to take your job,
Yeah, definitely.
right?
Yeah,
So ultimately, the risk is there if you do nothing, but the opportunities are
it's
even
endless.
greater.
Right.
So now suddenly AI gives you the opportunity to kind of retrain yourself in a way that you can actually now add more value to any business. Before you used to have one singular job, and if that job role is not fulfilled, I mean, you
In
just stuck with one job.
right.
Now, AI will be able to make you a business owner, a product owner,
Right.
where you see the 360 degrees of any business. The opportunity is going to be much more than the risk, actually.
So, how do you think our workforce can utilize AI to reskill their strategies and adapt to it?
If you give an input and if it has a certain output, always,
Yeah.
that can be replaced.
Yeah.
If your input generates a certain output which is static, that whole process can be replaced by AI. So now, if you think about your industry, your business, something like that, then you are at risk. Now, the question was, how can they reskill
Reskill
themselves,
and
right?
adapt themselves. Yeah.
Very simple, very simple. Coming back to your first question, where should they be using a separate AI for their each and every department? The answer is no.
No. Okay.
There should be a way of centralizing everything.
Okay.
Um, Again, we are just entering into the agent-based AI assistant who can be connected with your Claude and who can be connected with the whole LLM system. Um, but there should be a way where you can centralize the orchestration of it. I
Okay.
don't know if you guys heard of a software called OpenClaw,
Okay.
which job is to actually do that exact thing. So you install it in a machine. It can be in a cloud, it can be a local machine, and then it works as an orchestrator. And then it connects to your WhatsApp or your Teams or any other messaging services. And then you can instruct it how to what you need. So imagine every department have their own orchestrator. It could be OpenClaw, it could be another orchestrator, or it can be Cloud Code, and then they all connect to some sort of central context, a repository where all those agents will remember their context and their memories, so that even multiple people are working on the same product and projects, it doesn't lose the context. So next morning you come in, the AI agent will still know exactly where you left off or your colleague left off, and then you can start working from there.
Yeah.
And this is the way to actually monetize and industrialize that whole AI agent solutions.
What role will AI play in addressing global challenges such as climate change or healthcare industries?
Big, huge.
Okay.
AI is going to probably uh, play one of the largest role into research and development.
Okay.
So I was talking about the healthcare side of the things, right?
Okay.
We are, say for example, using creating Empathica in the
Empathy.
traditional manner,
Yeah.
but now we are going to introduce AI
I.
for it. So imagine an AI agent is able to diagnose your X-ray accurately or better than your doctor,
Right.
right? It's possible. AI can give you early signs of cancer. It can actually analyze the blood sample, your cell,
Okay.
much better way. I hear that AI plus robotics is already doing the surgeries on people which are much more successful than a human. Of course, there will be many iteration. Coming into the other industries like or other challenges the world faces, like global warming. I don't know much in-depth details
Okay.
how it's going to, but I know that as long as you have a lot of data, as long as you do a lot of research and development, you will be able to find out what kind of fuel we can use, what kind of measure we should take in
Yeah.
particular areas to save that ecosystem, and AI will be able to tell us exactly our plan to execute, and that's how we'll be able to actually tackle all those things.
Yeah, understood.
I
Actually,
urge everybody
yeah,
to not feel that way. You should use AI and use it proudly,
yeah,
rather than feeling like, oh my God, I'm using AI. I don't
in
want
my,
anybody else to know that I'm using
yeah,
AI,
yeah,
because people might think that, oh, I'm
yeah.
not clever enough. That's why I'm
That's
using
it.
AI.
It's not
No,
like that.
nobody's clever enough anymore. You
Yeah,
are not cleverer than AI.
yeah,
Nobody is at the moment.
yeah,
And sooner or later, there will be no human being as smart as an AI. So
yeah.
there is no shame in
In
using AI, right? So use it to their full
potential,
potential.
definitely. Any last words about our company, about TulipTech, and about the future of AI and
So
what
in
we
it,
should do?
yeah, so TulipTech is actually approaching this new phase. Instead of being scared and not doing anything, we have taken initiative. We want to go AI first, where all our 70, 80, 100 people will become AI expert.
Good.
They, each and every one of us will become expert in supporting, skilling up our agents in different fields, and this is, we're going to package it as a product, and
Right.
we're going to resell to other customers. So we recognize there are a lot of companies who will need this support, because
Got it.
in the past, if you didn't have a website, maybe you didn't lose any money, you didn't make more money, but you did not lose any money. But if you do not have AI within your system, you're going to start losing money,
Losing money.
because your competitor will be using AI
Right.
and they will be stealing your
Go ahead.
customers.
Yeah.
So most of the companies cannot afford that. So there is going to be huge surge coming for these agents installed and running the businesses of every sector. And when that time comes, who is there to help them?
Right.
We want to be the company where, when those kind of opportunity comes,
Right.
we will be there to help our customers in the
Yeah.
UK, in Americas, in Asia, all over the world. Because the way we are building our system, doesn't matter wherever you are, we will be able to help you
Right.
to run, adopt AI within your business.
Yeah, right. So it's quite clear. So we have to know, but we stay ahead with AI against our competitors as well. It's very essential. So we are going to wrap up for today.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you. We'll see you. And thank you so much. And I will see you. Thank you.
Thank you.